Hey, what's up everybody? It's Robert184 and I'm here today with a look ahead to 2010. So I've already done my year in review wrap-up for 2009, but now my real question is what's going to be coming out in 2010? So anyway, Strider Prime already has a video up, so you should go check out his page. But I've been waiting for the release list from Bandai because last year around this time, they put out a list that said, in the following months from March till December, here's how many master grades we're going to put out. And I think the number was 17, and that included 5 new ones, 6 recolors, and 6 variations. Now when we look back at the 2009 release list, that isn't exactly the way it panned out, but I think that's a good call for the future. So we can say maybe, since we already know up till March, from April to December, let's call it we're going to get about 14 new master grades. Alright, now usually I try to do these kinds of things unscripted, but anyway, I did make some notes because, I was just pretty bored today. Now, the key for this whole list is it's not what we want, but I think what we're actually going to get. And the big thing to keep in mind is that this is Bandai's 30th anniversary for Gunpla. And that means that they're making kits not for you and I and foreign fans overseas who grew up with Wing or Seed or anything like that. They're going to be making old school Universal Century kits for the real Japanese fans. So anyway, just taking a look, 00 Seed, Universal Century, and other. From 00, I can say with a fair bit of confidence that we're going to get a Master Grade 00 Gundam. And I think that's going to tie in with the movie because when the movie comes out, everybody's in a 00 fever. They're not going to be releasing a Quanta Master Grade for a couple years, but we should be getting the 00. Now, I have to say here, I have no idea because you know what? The fact that they released a GNX really threw me for a loop and said, well, I don't actually know what Bandai has on their mind. So with that in mind, we could be getting a Heads, we could be getting the Thrones, we could be getting Susanoo or Masurao, or could we even get the lead Gundams from Season 1 or Season 2? But anyway, 00 is the only one that I call it as a real pick, and a color variation, the GNXIII. From Gundam Seed, well, I've got Blast Impulse on here, but that suit's never seen any love. Legend, probably not likely, though I'd like to see it. But I think we may get another frame variation because one of the joys of Bandai making frames is that they can put it out in 50 different colors. Now here's the good news for old school fans. I'm going to call it right now that in December of this year, we're going to be getting a Master Grade of the, as you can see spinning, V2 Gundam. And that just goes with the version Kaz coming out in December. And last year, with July being the big month, on the list that Bandai put out, July and December were listed as big months. And that turned out to be Master Grade Exia, which equals Master Grade 00 this year, and Master Grade Victory, which turns into V2 next year. Because it's the 30th anniversary, Master Grade Zock, I think, is going to be right up there on Bandai's list because that's something that Japanese fans have been wanting because that's the last of the first Gundam kits that haven't come out in Master Grade. It was the last in High Grade Universal Century. It'll be the last here. Next up, the Guncannon version 2.0 seems too unlikely to pass up, and that's simply because we've got the Gundam 2.0, the Gun Tank 2.0, and we're going to get a new Gundam sooner or later anyway. So, with the idea of the interchangeable core fighters, I think that a Guncannon is very, very likely. Now, a couple other things I wrote on here. A V1 variation, I don't think so because we've got the Hexa heads. What about unicorns? We could get a Banshee, the green ones. We've already seen the OVA kits. But here's the big moneymaker for Bandai, Jim variations. So they're going to come out, they can do the cannon, they can do the light armor one, but that is going to be a very popular kit using the 2.0 frame. Everybody likes them, and they're cheap and easy to pump out. Next up, Gundam. What about the Gundam itself? We've already seen the real type, and what's the other one? The G3 has just come out. Well, I think we're going to get in the next year probably the Casval Char's custom Gundam. Now, we also have a chance of getting prototype or full armor if they want to go full out. But my other almost sure money bet is that we're going to get a Dome version 2.0. And that's because it came out in 1999, and it's time for that suit to get an update, especially to go with the Zakus, Goufs, and Gelgoogs, which have already gone in. Other possibilities from Unicorn, could we get the Delta Plus? It won a survey here as the most wanted Master Grade from Unicorn, but I don't really think it's going to happen if we don't see it in March. This is just me, but I want a Crossbone X2 and X3. That's just me. Now here's my big guess for the year. In July we're supposed to get another RX-78-2, and we're going to get the large size, what is it, Mega? coming out before that. But my guess for the new Gundam is it's going to be retro. So I have the feeling that they might just take the original awful looking frame and shell and put inside an incredible frame, which I think would be pretty cool. And finally, outside of Universal Century, yeah, no wing. I don't think we're going to get anything. Bandai has a habit of putting out one old Gundam a year, roughly, and I think that's going to be the V2 this year. So anybody who's hoping for X, X2, or double X, sorry, and Wing and Wing Zero, I don't think it's going to happen for us, but that's not to rule it out for the future. That being said, we did do an awesome online petition, and we know that those always work. Finally, the big thing that I'm excited for, and I haven't really got into anything besides master grades, I don't think there's going to be a perfect grade, by the way, is 00 movie kits. And I hope that we get everything in high grade, and I hope that we at least get all of the leads in 1/100th, and that they come out very soon to correspond with the start of the movie. Alright, so that's a mouthful. Everybody, what do you think? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? I'll put a list on the right under the details with a detailed list of my predictions, and we can see at the end of the year how many I was right on. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for lots more reviews. Robert 184, www.gundam.tk.